This is a review of the NEEWER Basic LED Video Light Panel Kit. You get 2 sets of everything. Light panels, diffusers, warm light diffuser, cool light diffuser, stands, and then you get a user manual. So let's take a closer look. The construction of the lights, lightweight plastic. We have the hole here, 1/4 inch. The on-off switch is integrated. Center is the power button. Top button is for going up in brightness, and then the bottom button is for taking it down in brightness. The thing about these also is when you're adjusting for brightness up and down, you can press the button each time, and that will take it up in increments or down in increments. Or you can hold it down, and then you'll get a constant up and down to wherever you need to be. The diffusers. All right, let's talk about the warm light diffuser. And this will give some warm tones to your work. And this goes to 3200 Kelvin. The cool light diffuser is 5600 Kelvin, and it gives a soft and even illumination to your work. Cool thing about these diffusers are they're magnetic. So slip it on, that easy. You can make a change that quick, which is really good if you're in a project and you needed to make a quick change. Very simple, very easy. The power source on these are USB. It calls for 5 volt 2 amps. So the good thing is that you don't have batteries that you have to keep charged up. That's a good thing. So, and you would use laptop, PC, charging station, whatever you might have with an external power source of 5 volts, 2 amps at least, you can use. Now, while that's a good point, the bad thing is if you did not have a power source, let's say you wanted to do something away from the computer, maybe outside even, and without having a battery, it might be a little bit of a pain to transport a power source. Or you may not have an external power source. You might just only have a laptop or a PC. So anyway, that can be a plus or a minus depending on the situation. The stands are made of plastic aluminum alloy, and I really like these. The construction is very, very good, and it goes to 53 inches high on the max and 19 plus inches when it's folded. So we have the main adjustment thing is here, where you would turn that, loosen it up, and then you can take this to wherever you want to be, and then you can just tighten it up. And then each one of these will take this up a notch. And then, of course, you would just close that you would close those to lock them in. Now, the one negative on this, if it is a negative, for me, not a real big deal, but it is a negative, is that once these are up, these do not turn. So if you were to be in a position and you needed to turn it, you would have to physically turn the whole tripod. Okay, so you can't just turn a portion of it. So that could be a big negative for some people, so I don't know. And then we have the third one, takes it up. And then on the end we have 1/4 inch screw there. So these would just screw in. So you would screw that in. So it's got a, let me show you that. You can see that wheel right there. So that's how you would screw it in. And then you have the little adjustment thing on the side, so you can go up like that, and that, it says that it'll go 180-degree tilt. So there you go. There's your 180. You would lock it into wherever you want. It doesn't really go to the side, like I said, so you would have to physically turn it in order to get that right angle that you might need. The cable on this is pretty long, so I kind of like that. So I'm going to do a quick test to show you the brightness and the adjustments, the brightness levels. So when you plug it into the wall, so I'm using an adapter. I'm using a 5-volt 2-amp adapter. And when you plug it in, this will glow blue. Then once you put it on, that blue light goes out. Okay, so now it's pretty hard to see because it is daytime, but let me take it up. So I'm going to take it up in notches. You can see a difference, I believe. So I'm going to hold it. So now that is the brightest right there. And then to take it down, I can just hold it. Or like I said, you can go in increments. So increments. All right, now I'm going to try a diffuser. And again, magnetic. So let's see how easy it is to put on. Easy. Very difficult to see in the daylight. So it is hard to see. I'll leave it at that brightness right there, but let me take it off and see if we see a difference. Okay, if you do see a difference, I'm going to put the warm diffuser on. And you get an idea. Up. But in this case, we would want probably a warmer, which would be less brightness. And then I will take it off, and you should see a big difference, which you do. So anyway, difficult to see, but you get the idea. So this is a very compact, beginner-level light system, but I like the long cords. I like the tripods are very good, and I like the magnetic fastening of these to the light itself. So I think it's a good product, especially for beginners. So I mean, I'm definitely going to try it because this gives me a much shorter, with these lights, gives me a much smaller footprint to use while I'm doing some work such as these reviews. So I'm definitely going to start using them, and if I see anything different that would tell me that it's not a good product, then I will do an update. But so far, I like the product, glad I ordered it, and you have a great day.
upside down. So that's how bright it's getting, and now it's flooding the whole video. So if I go down to there, so it's very bright, and you get two of them, and they work well. So this is low brightness right now, and again you get the two filters and you get two stands. The stands are actually very nice for the price point here. You get aluminum stands, they go up very high, and then as far as the cable length that's on the remote, you get lots of cable, so if you're pretty far away from your USB adapter, you still should be fine. So hopefully this video helps. I think it's well priced, it's well designed, it's basic, but it gives you what you need for some camera lighting and so forth, and I'm a fan of newer products, so happy with this one too. Hope this helps.
Ahí están con la máxima potencia. Le voy a bajar a este un poquito para que más o menos se vea. Esa es la mínima luz que tiene, y esta sería la máxima potencia que tiene. Se sienten de muy buena calidad. Estos acrílicos también son muy fáciles de cambiar, y el trípode está excelente de calidad también.
Bon, ben voilà, ça éclaire. Il n'y a pas de problème. Ça va super bien. Très content de cet achat.